That's Khanyo Maphumulo, who's a seasoned South African female singer that was born in a township of KwaMashu in Durban. Being born into a musical family, she was naturally drawn to music and performing. Khanyo's professional singing career started at the tender age of 13 when she was approached to do lead vocals in the world-renowned musical drama Sarafina. To date, the multi-talented singer has featured on more than 50 local and international albums. She's just released an album titled Khumbul'ekhaya, and she joins us now on Zoom. Khanyo, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Lebu.
It's so good to see you. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm well. Thank you, Lebu.
Still looking young as ever. I mean, the last time you released an album was 10 years ago. Why the long wait?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. 10 years ago. And I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. You know, in that 10 years, though, I was performing all over the world. And at the same time, I wanted to make sure when I release another album, it will be like a pop.
I mean, the 10 years as well. Talk to us about what's been the highlight. What have you been busy with during all this time?
I've been traveling overseas. I've been traveling to Africa, especially in Gabon. They love Sarafina. So I remember one lady who saw me from the hotel reception, and they called other people, and there were a lot of people at the hotel. They wanted to see that lady from Sarafina. So for me, I was like, I didn't know that Sarafina is so big in Gabon. So it was like an honor for me to know that even in Africa, they love us. So I've been traveling, but most of the time, I was spending time with my children.
And you know, do you ever sit back and say and take back how much impact Sarafina had on your career?
Yeah, Sarafina, I would say it opened doors for almost all of us who were in Sarafina. Really, because people recognize me from Sarafina, and they'll say, "Oh, the young lady who was singing Freedom is Coming Tomorrow." So I big up to Kutimbongen because he did a good job for pushing us. Sometimes we're becoming so lazy, but it was like, no, you will reach that note, Khanyo, and you will do it.
Yeah.
And look at me now. I'm still doing it, even now.
Still doing it. Talk to us about Khumbul'ekhaya. I want to talk about this new project. What is it about?
Khumbul'ekhaya, it's a beautiful album, 14 tracks. It's got all the genres that you know. Okay, except to Amapiano. I think I need to do next album. I'll do Amapiano. I'll make sure. But there's a Maskandi, there's soul, there's ballads, and I make sure that when I do an album, I cater for all the people that loves music. Yeah.
And talk to us about the process of putting this album together. You're older now, you know more about your craft, you know which direction to go. How did this one make it different for you to create?
I would say it's still more African, because I believe that, you know, even if I go overseas, I have to represent my country. Although I do some other genres, but I feel more comfortable if I sing in my African language, in, you know, putting Zulu dance there. And Tandeni Mvelase, who's my producer, he did a good job. I've been working with him on my projects, but this one, I think we were ready to release this year.
Talked about Zigote. I hear this is your favorite song on the album.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
You know, this is a special song, Zigote. I was in Switzerland on the musical show called Hair, and I was in a tram, and this song came on my mind, and I was like, what is going on? Because I have to get ready for that musical show. But this song keep on coming, man. And I was like, let me just write it when I was still in a tram. And I performed the show. And afterwards, I couldn't sleep at my apartment. I had to do it again and write again up until this song came up, Zigote. And, you know, it's a spiritual song because it's like I'm talking to my late mom and my dad, that they have to guide me with my children. They have to make sure that I'm surviving. They have to make sure that, you know, we are living. They have to protect us, in fact, yeah.
Speaking of your late parents, what do you think they'll think of this album?
Oh, I'm getting so emotional because I know my mom was like a big supporter. And even my dad, because the first tour of Sarafina, after 2 days, I came back and my dad passed away. And people from the township in KwaMashu, my neighbors, they were saying, I am so grateful because my dad waited for me. So I know where they are, that they are so proud of me, and they're like clapping hands that you did it, girl. You did it, my girl. Yeah.
Speak to us about the other people that you worked with on putting this album together.
I worked with my producer, Mthandeni Mvela, said, Khumbul'ekhaya. I worked with Tommy T, a young guy who is so talented. He's our own South African Ari Kelly. You know, even if you close your eyes listening to Tommy T, you will think that Ari Kelly is in the house, you know. So that young guy did a good job for writing this song, Khumbul'ekhaya. And I've worked with Mfiliseni Makubane on Phela Mina Ngangidlala. It's a Maskandi song. So yeah, next album I think I will feature more people on it.
Why the title Khumbul'ekhaya though?
Khumbul'ekhaya, I was reminding the fathers who are all over the world, because some of them, they just disappeared. They forget that there is children at home. Like right now, we've got children. I'm a single parent, so my children, I'm a mom, I'm a dad. So for me, if I had a husband and that husband just disappeared and forget that he's got children, and those children are getting so infected by this fight between me and my husband. So I was telling the guys that, even if you have conflict with your wife, please remind that you've got children, and Khumbul'ekhaya, you have to go back home. Because even here in Joburg, there are a lot of guys who are here in Joburg that don't go back home. They left the wife and the children at home. So the children are infected by that. Please, guys, Khumbul'ekhaya.
So what are you doing to promote the album? What are the plans?
The plans, these nowadays, it's so hard for musicians to promote their songs because like the music shops are closed, but the digital platforms and, downloads are the way to go right now. But, I've got CDs. Anyone who wants my CD, because there are people who still believe in CDs. So I've got copies. You will get me from digital platforms.
I want to talk about the lessons that came with this album. Every project comes with its own lessons. What did this one teach you about yourself and your love for music?
It teaches me that, even if you can be bigger, just humble yourself, because really, umuntu ngabantu. I always tell about the younger kids who always ask me, Uti, how do you do it, Sis Khanyo? Because you are 33 years in the music industry and you're still relevant. I'm like, I'm relevant, but respect God and make sure that you're doing it. Don't just go to the music industry because you love money. Just go to the music industry because you love what you're doing and you excel in what you're doing. So that's what I'm doing even now in 33 years.
Yeah, I want to talk about music. What is music according to Khanyo?
Music is everything. Music is life. Music, I breathe music. I eat music. Even dance as well. I'm loving. I love to dance now. It's my new thing. I remember when I was still in Sarafina, I used to say, I'm not a dancer. I'm a singer. But right now, you put me with my children. We dance. In this COVID thing, I was like, you know what? Dance was keeping me busy, was keeping me alive and singing as well.
And any of your kids taking after you, the voice, the dancing, are they moving in that direction?
My second born, my son Tobias, I tried so hard to pull him off, and he was like, no ways, mommy. I'm in the music industry. He's got his own studio. His name, is Fiji Makeba. The stage name is Fiji Makeba.
Yeah.
So, he's doing so well. He's got more than 5,000 tracks. Sometimes I'm sleeping at 2 o'clock and I will hear the sound boom, boom upstairs. I'm like, oh my God. This boy now, he wakes us up, So he's there in the music industry.
All right, Khanyo, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Good luck with the album. Khanyo Maphumulo speaking to us
Thank you
about
so much.
her latest offering titled Khumbul'ekhaya. All right, let's take a quick ad break. We're back after this. Stay with us.